Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah and today I want to review this brand new gorgeous wig for you, which is called On My Way by Raquel Welch in the color Shaded Biscuit. Now, if you want to know how the color is composed, what special features she has, how the cap looks from the inside, and how I like her, then stick around and let's get started. Now, On My Way has just been released in September of 2025 in the Raquel Welch Fall Collection, and it comes in their brand new box, their new package design. They just recently also changed this year, and I really like this. I think it's really elegant, although the old boxes don't look bad either, but it's always good to update something after a while. Now, I know I'm a little late to the party, but I wasn't 100% sure if I was gonna like On My Way. I mean, it really looked intriguing, and I have to say I waited a little, and after watching one or two reviews and also one short that really convinced me, I thought, oh my god, I really need this, and then I ordered it immediately, and I didn't regret it at all. And what's even more surprising is, at least at the time of the recording of this video, it hasn't sold out in Shaded Biscuit yet. So if I just convinced you, you might be lucky and still get one from the first batch before you have to wait a couple of months for the next batch after they produce new ones. Now, I know it doesn't look as it's supposed to look on me, but I also think that's the beauty, that you can absolutely make every wig your own, and that's what I did, because usually, or at least in the manufacturer's photos, this one here is worn with bangs and a middle part. I'm not a fan of either, so I decided to change that up, and I parted her on the left and gave her some lift with a blow dryer, which is no problem at all since she's heat friendly. And I've been wearing her like this and absolutely love how she looks like this. And I've been wearing her 3 times for a full day, and I can already tell you she really wears beautifully, and she doesn't tangle as much. Now, she comes in the old True to Life fibers. Now, I asked why they don't come in the new Featherlight fibers, but the guys at Raquel Welch told me that it takes a while to introduce something new, and they first waited and wanted to see how the new fibers go, how everyone loves them, and so these styles here have already been in production, and so they still come in the old True to Life fibers, but that's not such a bad thing, I would say. Although I love the new fibers, I also like the old ones, and after 3 days of wearing, like I said, they don't tangle and clump as much as other styles. I know at some point they probably will, judging by the length of this, but right now they still feel amazing and really move beautifully and are super light and fluffy and absolutely feel fabulous. Now, the style reminds me of 2 other styles by Raquel Welch. The first one is my all-time favorite, Editor's Pick. The upper half, I would say, and the lower half reminds me a little bit of Flip the Script. And also in the back, I think she's a blend between the 2 styles. And since I love both, I was pretty sure I'm also going to love this one here. Now, do I love everything about it? Not really. There's one thing I don't like, and that is the monofilament top. I'm going to show you this from up close in a minute, but the thing is, Raquel Welch has been following that low density trend that everyone else is hopping on, which I absolutely hate, to be honest, because often this just looks like alopecia on a wig, and it's not different with this one. Now I think the part looks okay, but only after I have applied some dark root spray directly onto the monofilament, because it was so scarce, it looked terrible. And I'm going to show you a picture on how she looked right out of the box when I parted her. And then I went ahead and watched all the reviews and shorts here on YouTube I could find, and I noticed that it looks the same on everyone else. So I thought there's no need in contacting Raquel Welch, because I thought this might be a production error. But after seeing it looks the same on everyone else, I thought, okay, it's probably intended to look that way. Now, I absolutely hate this, and I will definitely have to tell the lovely Frank Campanella, their head of design, about it. And I think this is something they really have to change again. And it's not on all styles every time, because there are styles like Showrunner, which is absolutely beautiful. I love it and wear it all the time. And that has the perfect density also on top. But this one here, not so much. But that's really the only thing I don't like. Everything else is beautifully done. Also the special features. And as always, I'm going to show you this from up close. Now here's the lace front, and as you can see, it looks absolutely beautiful. As always, the density is perfect here on the lace front. And as you can see here in the spotlights, I did shorten the lace a little with pinking shears because it was too long for my taste, as always. And then the lace front is extended all the way down to here into the ear tabs. And yeah, the part, I already told you about it. Now the thing that looks really strange is that the lace part here has a rather high density or normal density, and then you can tell where the monofilament starts. And this is really sparse. And it's not just on the left side, it's no matter where you part it, because I parted it everywhere and it didn't look better. But after applying the root spray, I think it's wearable and it doesn't look that bad. But, you know, it's still a thing I really don't like. But other than that, like I said, the whole style is absolutely beautiful, and the rest of the special features is done excellently too, as always. Now let's have a look at her from all sides, and after that, of course, also outside in natural daylight. So, how do you like On My Way? Is she on your wish list, or have you been on the brink about her and also pondering whether to get her? And maybe after seeing how I wear her, she just made your wish list? Please let me know in the comments below. Now, the cap fits pretty average, I would say. It still has quite some stretch, so it probably will also fit someone with a little larger head. And as always, let's have a look at the cap from the inside. So here's the cap from the inside. Here you can see that lace front that is extended all the way into the ear tabs. Here's the typical seam between lace front and mono top. Here you can see the root spray I use that shines through. Then she has felt covered ear tabs with metal stays inside. The rest of the cap is open wefted. She has an extended nape and adjustable straps with Velcro. So all in all, it's a very well made, high quality cap. Now the fibers, like I said, are Raquel Welch True to Life fibers, which means they are heat friendly, and at least until now, like I said, they absolutely wear beautifully. They really move and flow very naturally, and once again, when I put her on for the first time, I thought, oh my God, this feels so good. It's such a pity that that great feeling when you first put on a new wig doesn't last forever, isn't it? I wish these fibers would stay that way, but we all know, especially in that length, at some time they will start tangling and knotting, and you should always detangle after every wear, or even better, even during the day when you're wearing it. You should always carry a wide tooth comb with you and always keep detangling if you get the chance. So the more you detangle during the day, the less you will have to detangle and fight in the evening when you take her off. And the good thing with the heat-defined fibers, of course, is that you also can use your heat tools and mend the ends once they start fraying and make them look and feel like new again. Now, there is actually a little bit of permatease in the back, and also on the sides I can feel quite some permatease, but there's none on top since it's a hand-tied mono top. and it's definitely not visible perma tees, so I really don't mind. And everyone else who prefers those super low density, very flat laying styles, I think they wouldn't consider wearing this either, because you have to love those little bit more voluminous curly styles like this. And if you do, I'm sure you don't mind perma tees either. Now the density is medium or even a little higher. It's definitely not a low density, but not a super high density either. All right, now let's have a look at my favorite color ever outside in natural daylight. It's called Shaded Biscuit and has the color code RL1923SS, and since it's my favorite color ever, I've shown it to you dozens of times, so I'm gonna keep it really short and simple this time. Raquel Welch describes the color as a light ash blonde, evenly blended with cool platinum blonde and dark roots. And that's what it is. Now, the main colors used are a light sandy blonde and a light ash blonde. There's also platinum, and the root here is an 8, which is a light chestnut brown. Now, Shaded Biscuit always varies, and over the last year, I would say it has developed from a rather cool ashy color to a warmer color with less platinum throughout the blend. And they did use lots of platinum at the hairline, which I love. It could even be a little bit less, but I don't mind. But overall, it's not as ashy and doesn't have a lot of that violet toner it always used to have. So I would say it's more of a neutral leaning warm color now. And on other styles, like on Showrunner, for example, with the new fibers, it's much lighter and ashier again, which I love. So I hope they will go back to making this a little more ashier and lighter in the future again, but you never know. All right, that was my review of On My Way. I hope you liked it and it's helpful. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to my channel so you won't miss any future videos, and there's a new one coming out each Friday. Now, thank you all so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I hope you're well, stay that way, and I will see you again soon. Take care, bye-bye. But lately this has been, it's definitely not a low density. Now, if you like the style, I want to compare it to the two styles that came to mind. Here's my review of Editor's Pick Elite, and here's my review of Flip the Script. You can pick one or also watch them both.